whip up your own lustrous lipstick.
Perfect the art of Taekwondo.
Put a mighty muscle man to the test.
And how do those hula hoops stay on those hips?
All that later, but first, get your buckets,
And your shovels?
because we're joining Michael and Ashley.
And heading out to Tyrannosaurus Rex territory.
Ashley and I are on a dinosaur hunt. I'm sure dinosaurs must have roamed supreme in this bush once upon a time. Boy, they would have really flattened the earth when they stomped around. Looks like the only dinosaur that's been around here is Dad. Mum sometimes says he behaves like a big fossil. I know. Let's make our own fossils. Come on. I know just what we need. This is a good spot. We'll use this paper to put our fossils onto. And these rocks will stop it from blowing away. There. Now a good thick slop of mud. So I'll get Ashley to pour some water into this bucket with the soil in it. Now I'll give it a good stir. Bit more water. Good. Nice and sticky. Stand by for some stick in the mud dinosaurs.
It's World Series Hula Hoop Championship time, and I'm the judge. Like all good competitions, this one's been rigged. Now, which hoop should I give Lara? She's bribed me with chocolate, so she gets the lightweight hoop. And I'll give Grace this heavy one. It'll be much harder to hold up. Now for our contestants. Lara, you go there. Grace, there.
Loser.
Okay, ladies, ready? Gee, I feel bad about cheating Grace. But a bribe's a bribe. Take your position, and your time begins now. And they're off. Yes! Lara's got the lighter hoop swinging like crazy. Not bad, Grace. And... oh no! Oops, that wasn't the plan. But look at Grace. That heavier hoop doesn't want to stop. Curious. The heavier one was supposed to be harder to hold up. I don't get it. Uh-oh. Lara's not too pleased. Wish I hadn't already eaten the chocolate. Okay, enough of this. I'll call a rematch. We'll swap hoops. Okay, contestants. Round 2. Oh dear, Grace has made a good start. But, yes, Lara's going like a wild thing. And, yes! Grace's hoop has hit the dirt. Game over. Lara gets a well-deserved victory.
What Judge Jordan didn't know was that the greater the weight of the hoop, the more momentum it has and the more likely it is to keep moving. The force that keeps things going is called inertia. So the heavier hoop has more staying power than the lighter one.
Uh-oh. I think Grace has just realised the competition was rigged. Somehow I don't think I'll be judging next year's competition.
Uh-oh, bribes just don't pay, Jordan. And the mud will stick.
Which is exactly what Michael and Ashley are hoping.
Our fossil-making mud is ready to go. Now for some dinosaurs. Okay, Mr. Pterodactyl's number is up. And he plummets down into the mud. And Mr. Stegosaurus loses his footing on this cliff. And here comes poor old Mr. Brontosaurus. Now we need to make our fossil cakes. Better roll up our sleeves, otherwise Mum will make us extinct. You're first, Mr. Pterodactyl. Ash can fossilise Mr. Stegosaurus. Don't worry, Ash. This is perfect fossil-making mud. Make sure they're covered. And now for poor Mr. Brontosaurus. Now we've got a stack of them. All we need to do is leave them in the sun and wait 100 million years. Alright, it's time for my Taekwondo training. Today, I will practice my kicking. First, I will stand front on, so my kicking foot is upright. A kick like that won't get me a black belt. I need to get my feet moving differently. I know. I will stand side on to the bag and kick so my foot is parallel with the ground. Okay, spin and kick. Hi-ya, hi-ya, hi-ya. Cool. That kick is definitely the way to go.
When you kick side on, you have 3 really strong muscles working for you. The calf, quadriceps and hamstrings. But when you kick front on, you're using your weaker abductor muscles, giving you a lot less power behind that kick.
Now I have that kick mastered, I will be a black belt in no time. Hiya!
Do you think I'm pretty tough, Dana?
If you think you're tough, wait till you see Mighty Marcus in action.
Check out Muscle Man Marcus. He thinks he's pretty tough. But sometimes tough just ain't enough. Hey Marcus, I've got a test for your manly muscles. I want you to screw up some sheets of newspaper into a ball like this. But you're only allowed to use your left hand. Think you can get through 5 pages? Here we go then. Hold up your arm. Here's sheet number 1. Nice work. Slam dunk that paper ball. He's on to number 2. Not bad, big guy. Time for sheet 3. And he's starting to look tired. That's beginning to hurt, isn't it, Marcus? Number 4 and Marcus is in agony. Oh, the arm is dropping. Come on, Marcus, keep going. You're into the last one. Oh, it's all over. Marcus has run out of muscle. Bad luck, big boy.
This is not as easy as you might think. Marcus is right-handed, which means his left arm is not used to such hard work. Also, lactic acid builds up in the muscles that your body is supplying extra energy to. The lactic acid quickly makes Marcus's forearm feel sore and robs it of its strength.
Hey Marcus, forget about lifting weights. The only workout you need is screwing up the rest of this newspaper.
Grace and I are off to the school dance tonight. It's so important to look our best. Time for some lipstick. Oh no! None left! Think, Jade, think! Maybe I can make some. Come on, Grace, to the beauty lab. Let's start with 2 tablespoons of almond oil. 1, 2. Now some beeswax. Oh, it's hard, sticky stuff. About 1 tablespoon will do. That looks good. Now we need to melt the beeswax into the oil. I'll fill this big bowl with warm water and sit our mixture inside it. Keep stirring until the wax is melted through. What can we use to give our lipstick a lovely colour? Any ideas, Grace? Good thinking. Beetroot juice. Put a spoonful in there. Stir that in. A bit more, I think. That's better. Now our wax is melted through. We can put the mixture in a little pot and pop it in the fridge to cool. Let's go get dressed. Ready in record time. Now let's add the finishing touch to our outfits. Homemade lipstick. On it goes. Feels good. Spreads nicely. And looks beautiful.
Just like real lipstick, Jade's has 3 main ingredients: something to make the lips shiny, that's the oil, something to make them colourful, that's the beetroot juice, and something sticky to hold all the ingredients together, that's what the beeswax is for. Beeswax also keeps the lips protected from the wind and sun, which can dry them out.
You try some, Grace. Gorgeous. Simply stunning, darling. Wait, before we go. Say cheese.
Wow, didn't those girls look fabulous? You know, Taryn, you could look glamorous too if you tried some lipstick.
No thanks, I'm a stick in the mud. Just like Michael and Ashley's fossils.
Time to excavate our fossils. I'll carefully cut away the top of the fossil cake with this paint scraper. Okay, let's see what we've got. Brush away the rubbish. Cool! These fossils are awesome! Just like the real thing. Wow! It looks even better under the magnifying glass. Let's look at another one. Cut away the top. It looks good already. Brush away the rubbish and even more detail. This is the find of the century. I'll get Ashley to give it the once-over. Yep, fossil imprints.
Real fossils are formed just like this. When a plant or animal dies and falls into soft mud, the mushy mixture hardens over time and the animal rots away. What's left is a perfect impression of what once lived on planet Earth.
At least we've got something to show for our dinosaur hunt. I knew this was prime dinosaur country. Uh-oh, what's that noise? Ah! We're out of here! This really is dinosaur territory.
Oh no, there aren't dinosaurs around here. That's too scary. I'm out of here.
Yep, we all are, because we've come to the end of another show. See you next time.
Coming up, control your pet pooch with the power of a pendulum.
Make a plane that'll steer its way out of trouble.
Learn the secret to skipping rocks across a water surface.
And the ultimate facial, all from the kitchen cupboard.
Doesn't that look kind of gross to you, Dana?
Well, not exactly. And let's face it, I think someone could use a little touch-up in the looks department. Let's find out how.
Zach and I have had a brilliant game. But we're a real mess. And the school dance is on tonight. Oh dear. Our faces are going to need major repair work. Mum always says when it comes to makeover time, you can't be a face mask. Darn, there's none left. I wonder how we can make a face mask. I know. Wait here and I'll grab the stuff. We'll need some almonds, oatmeal, some sticky yummy honey, and from the fridge, some yogurt. I'll need a cucumber if you wouldn't mind, Zach. Don't worry, Zach. All will become clear. Now let's go clean up before the magnificent makeover begins.
Daniel and I are trying to hypnotize Bonkers. Then we can make him do whatever we want. You are feeling sleepy. Daniel, I think it's working. Watch this. Bonkers, go jump in the pool. Hey, that's not meant to happen. Don't laugh. How can I show Daniel I really do have hypnotic powers? I know. We'll need these 2 mugs and these 2 chairs. Chairs go back to back like this. Then we tie some rope between them. Spread the chairs apart so that the rope is tight. Now 2 pieces of string cut to the same length. One end is tied to the mug handle and the other end to the rope. The 2 mugs should be hanging at around the same height. We've got to make sure they're both the same distance from the chairs and that the rope is tight. There! I'm ready to demonstrate my amazing hypnotic powers. You won't believe your eyes. A little push on this mug and that mug in front of Daniel will soon be totally hypnotized. You are under my power. You will swing like the other mug, even though no one has touched you. See? It started moving just like I told it to.
Sorry, Ashley. It's not hypnotic power that made the second mug move. It moved because when the first mug was pushed, it gained what's called kinetic energy. That's the energy something has when it moves. The first mug's kinetic energy then made the rope move. Then it was the rope's kinetic energy that caused the second mug to swing.
Well, I can't hypnotize a thing today. Hey! Well, at least Bonkers would do anything for a delicious doggy treat. Good boy, Bonkers.
Well, a doggy treat sure put a smile on that shaggy old face.
Speaking of shaggy old faces, are you sure you won't consider a facial, Taryn? It's so simple and Kimberly's got everything organised.
We're all cleaned up and it's time to make our face masks. First, we need to exfoliate. Mum says it's about rubbing off dead skin cells. So we need something scratchy enough to rub them off. We'll start by grinding up these almond pieces. Couple of spoons of almonds. I'll get Zach to do the honours. They'll need to be really fine. It'll take a while. Interesting night. Fill up the ball, Miss Kimberly. Oh, I nodded off for a bit there. Good one, Zach. Perfect. Stick it in the bowl. Now for the oatmeal. In it goes. Mash away, glamour boy. Looking good. Into the bowl. Now for the gooey yogurt. Couple of spoonfuls. And we'll mix it all up. This is going to feel so good going on our faces. That should do it. Looks just like Mum's real face mask. Grab a handful. And on it goes. Oh, feels so weird. We have to smear it around to rub the dead cells off.
Like every one of us, Zach and Kimberly lose millions of dead skin cells every day. That's because your top layer of skin continually makes new skin cells, and the new cells push the old ones to the outside of your skin. The rough chunks of oatmeal and almond in the paste are abrasive enough to rub all those dead cells off the skin without damaging it.
Okay, we got rid of the rubbish on our skin. Oh, yeah! Super smooth. Now, before Rebecca gets here, we've got just enough time to give our skin that extra special glow.
Damon and I are going to build the world's funkiest plane. I'll start by drawing 2 rectangles. One big one, about 25 centimetres by 10 centimetres. That's 10 inches by 4 inches. And one small one, about 20 centimetres by 4 centimetres. That's about 8 inches by 1.5 inches. Now cut them out. Fold the big rectangle in half and glue the edges together. That's our wing. Now, planes have these flaps on their wings to help them fly. So we'll measure about this far in from each edge and make a small snip there, like this. Now fold up the flaps. Good. Very professional. Now Damon will make the tail out of the small rectangle. Fold it in half, then fold each half over again. It makes a W shape like this. For the body of the aeroplane, we'll join 2 straws together. Snip a point on one
so it fits inside another like this. Then tape the straws to the middle of the wing. Now tape the tail to the other end. And finally, put a blob of plasticine on the nose. Nice job, co-pilot Damon. I hope she flies.
So do I. Do you think it will, Taryn?
Oh, yeah. I think Olivia's got it all sewn up in the aeronautics department. And she's not the only flying expert. Take a look at how Abdullah's rocks fly across the water.
My buddy Abdullah says he's a rock skipping expert. His record is 5 jumps, but today he's going for 6. He's picked just the right rocks. Flat and smooth ones are best. He also needs to find the best angle to throw at. That's where I come in. That throw was about 45 degrees to the water surface. Try 35 degrees this time, Abdullah. That's a little bit lower than your last throw. 1, 2, 3. No. Let's go lower still. 20 degrees from the water surface. Here goes. Good throw. 6 jumps. Let's go to the replay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a new Abdullah record.
Scientists have found that you get the most jumps when the rock hits the water at an angle of 20 degrees. At that angle, the rock tilts back slightly as it hits and presses down on the water for an instant. The water then presses back, helping the rock lift up again. Keep practicing, Abdullah. The world record is 38 jumps.
38? Come on, Abdullah. That's just 32 more than your record.
My co-pilot Damon and I have built a funky plane. And we're nearly ready for a test flight. There's just one finishing touch I need to make. On the upright part of the tail, I'm going to snip and fold a flap. The same as the ones we made on the wings. Okay, let's get to the launch pad. We're waiting for the thumbs up from the control tower. So I'll adjust my tail rudder. I'm folding it to the left. This should make the glider turn to the left as it flies. Here it goes. Wow! Brilliant! She does fly. And she turned to the left. Let's have another go. I'll try folding the rudder to the right this time. Cool! A right-hand turn. It's just like a real aeroplane.
That's right, Olivia. An aeroplane's flaps alter the flow of air so the plane can change direction. When Olivia's tail rudder is angled to the left, it forces passing air to the left. That presses the tail to the right, which points the plane's nose to the left. When you want to steer your plane the opposite way, just change the direction of the flap.
Give me 5, David. Now let's see if we can loop the loop.
Hey, well done, guys. If only I could have as much success persuading Taryn to try a face mask.
Well, I'll just wait and see how Kimberly and Zach's little kitchen extravaganza turns out.
Zach and I have already gotten rid of our dead skin cells. Now, before we get picked up for tonight's school dance, there's just enough time for phase 2 of our beauty plan. Let's slice up the cucumber first. We'll use that later. Let's get the honey going, Mr. Muscles. Now, just smear it on your face. Oh, that feels so smooth. Zach, make sure you rub it all over your face. Oh yeah, the cucumbers. Don't worry, Zach. I have a plan. Oh no, Rebecca's here. Shall we? Yeah.
Kimberly and Zach's honey mask makes a perfect natural face mask because honey attracts and retains moisture. Moist skin means it stays soft and stretchy. Honey also protects our skin because it stops bacteria from growing. And those cucumbers really help too. They contain lots of water, which restores moisture to the skin.
After our fabulous face masks treatments, Rebecca's going to be so impressed. How cool will we look at tonight's dance? What? Don't you think we look beautiful enough?
Okay. What do you think, Dana? Do I look better already?
Oh no, it'll take ages before it's finished. But we have to say goodbye now because we've come to the end of another show. See you next time.
Coming up, turn your soft drink into a super soda fountain.
Make your own model eardrum.
Find out why yawning is so contagious.
And the secret to super fast skiing.
Oh, super skiing! I can't wait for that!
I don't want to be rude, but something smells around here.
Well, it's not me, that's for sure. So it can only be...
Daisy!
It's bath time for Daisy. Stay there, girl. Come on. Better get things organised, Jade. She's not too keen on her bath. Why is she trying to get out? I wonder how cold it is. It's freezing. No wonder she wants to get out. Oh, she's gone. Now we'll have to top it up before we get Daisy back. Tap water should be fine. Hey, this water's warm. I guess the hose is lying in the sun. That gives me an idea. Why don't we make a solar hot water bath for Daisy?
Damon's a massive music fan. Yo, Damon! Can I check out your tunes? Cool! Whoa! That's too loud, man! You could blow out your eardrums. I think I'd better show him just how delicate his ears are. I'm going to build a model of the inside of an ear. First, I'll cover this cake tin in a sheet of plastic sandwich wrap and tape it in place. It's like a drum. An eardrum, that is. Now draw in 2 bendy straws and use some tape to make a right angle bend, like this. I'll cut into one end of the straws, making a few thin strips. And I tape those around the ball, like fingers holding on tight. Now the straw arm gets taped to the skin of my eardrum. And I put the whole thing in 2 bowls like this. The ping pong ball sits in the water. Now here's the cool bit. Watch what happens to the ping pong ball when my eardrum hears the noise. The sound vibration from my hands shakes the water. It's like a giant ear.
In a real ear, sound waves vibrate against the eardrum, which sends the vibrations along 3 tiny bones into the cochlea. The cochlea is full of fluid, just like a bowl of water. It's lined with tiny hairs that turn the vibrations into nerve signals. Our brains interpret those signals as different sounds.
So Damon, when you put your earphones into your ears, they're very close to your eardrum. Like this. If they're too loud, whoops, the eardrum can break. So keep it down when you rock out, man. Now I just need to fix his taste in music.
Oh dear, I get the impression Emily thinks poor old Damon's music is pretty much on the nose.
And so is Daisy. Let's hope bath time's not too far away.
Okay, this might take a bit of work, but Daisy definitely needs a warm bath, not a freezing one. This length of black plastic garden hose will be perfect. Now we'll need one end in the water near the top of the bath. Tape it down so it doesn't flick out. There. And with most of the coil in the sun, we'll put the other end back in the bath, but right at the bottom. I can feel the sun heating the black hose already. Okay, we need the water to flow out of the bath, then through the pipe and back into the bath. So I'm going to suck on the bottom end. That'll get the water started. There! It's coming out! Now quickly down to the bottom of the bath. And the water's now circulating around the pipe.
Grace has cleverly used the pipe as a siphon. After Grace has sucked the water all the way through the pipe, air pressure keeps forcing the water up the pipe, and gravity keeps pulling it downward. That makes the higher water in the bath flow to the lower part, but via the entire length of the pipe.
Okay, let's leave the water to keep circulating and heating in the sun.
Lara and I have been trampolining all morning. It's so cool. But boy, it's thirsty work. We're just about trampolined out. Time for a drink. Red and fizzy. So refreshing. And so are these chewy mints. Think I'll have another. I'll leave the drawing to Lara. Hang on. I reckon I can lob this in Lara's glass. Shot. Hey, look at the glass. It's fizzing like crazy. I wonder why. I'm gonna try something. Let's put lots of mints in this bottle. I'll get Lara to roll up one of her pages. Yep, that'll make a nice minty tunnel. Now we'll fill it right up with mints. Unscrew the bottle. And in they go. Wow! It's a full-on fountain! Cool! A volcano in a bottle!
Soft drinks get their fizziness from bubbles of carbon dioxide gas. They're trapped in the soft drink by water molecules that cling together and surround the tiny bubbles of gas. But the mints contain a chewy substance called gum arabic. The gum breaks the bonds that keep the molecules together. The water molecules can then no longer hold the gas bubbles, so they're released all at once, making a spectacular soda fountain.
Wow! I never thought a soft drink could spurt that high. I think it's even inspired our jumping. Back to the trampoline.
Oh yeah, I've got to try that one. Stand back, Dana. These mints are about to go down the slippery slope.
Oh no, I think it's time we went to a much less messy sort of slippery slope.
Oh no! Tanner's got past me again. How does he do that? It's not fair. He always seems to go faster down the ski slopes than I do. Lost again. He must have a secret weapon he's not telling me about. And I'm gonna find out what it is. I'll just have a little sneaky peek in his bag. Here's something. It's a stick of wax. Could wax really make a ski more slippery on the snow? There's only one way to find out. I'll take my 2 unwaxed skis and rub this wax on the bottom of one of them. I need to make sure that the whole ski is covered. There, that should do it. Now I'll take them to the top of a slope and put them next to each other. The wax ski is in my left hand. Hey! The one with wax on it is going faster. Watch out, Tanner. Your secret is out.
You're right, Natalie. Because the water molecules in snow and ice don't stick to wax, waxing a ski reduces the amount of friction between the ski and the water molecules under it. Less friction means a faster skier.
Woo! Catch me if you can, Tanner! I win! Looks like I am the true champion after all.
Our new book club is great fun. It's just the thing for some quality reading time with friends. Zach's been yawning a lot today. Now Beck's yawning too. Strange. That's weird. I don't know why I'm yawning. I'm not tired at all. Maybe it's contagious. Even hiding behind the book doesn't stop it. Oh no! Everyone's yawning. Now I'm stuck with the yawns too. I really need to test what's making us yawn. I know just the thing. Right. I'll get Beck and Zach to look at this picture book about the boy who couldn't stop yawning. Yep, Beck started to yawn. Now Zach is too. How funny! Just looking at pictures of yawning gets them both going.
One popular theory is that we yawn to take in more oxygen and get rid of excess carbon dioxide. Another is that yawning is like stretching. It gives our jaw and face muscles a good workout. And as for why yawning is contagious, that remains one of the great mysteries of the mind.
Okay, back to the book club. Oh dear. They're doing homework. Now that's really worthy of a big yawn.
Oh, it makes me yawn just thinking about yawning.
Me too. But we can't go to sleep on the job now because it's getting pretty close to Daisy's bath time.
Let's see if Daisy's bath is warm enough to tempt her back. I'll measure the temperature here where the water's returning. That's long enough. Okay, 18 degrees Celsius. That's nearly 65 Fahrenheit. Now, as our water keeps going around our solar heated pipe, our dog bath should gradually get warmer.
Grace's idea is exactly how solar hot water systems work. As sunlight shines on the black pipe, it absorbs the heat. The pipe gets hotter and the water running along the warm pipe surface begins to heat up. As the bath water keeps making the circuit, it gets warmer and warmer.
Okay, let's test the water temperature now. Wow, 24 degrees Celsius. That's 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Fantastic! Even fussy old Daisy will be happy with that. Let's get her. In she goes. Whoops! Whoops! Sorry, Daisy, but you're gonna love the warm water. Now she's enjoying it. Yep, Daisy thinks solar heated water is the ultimate in pooch pampering.
Oh, lovely. Now I don't mind smelling the daisies of the doggy world. We could take her anywhere now.
But just as well, because we've come to the end of another show.
See you next time.
glow-in-the-dark water sword.
Mix up a batch of odor-eating foot powder. Pew!
Play a spooky tune on a screaming balloon.
And do the static electric boogaloo.
But first, it's time to wax up your surfboard.
Because Kimberly and Jordan are about to teach us the secret of surfing. Far out!
Jordan's been dying to learn how to surf, and today's the day I'm going to teach him how. The waves look perfect for a beginner, so let's hit the water. Hey, let's paddle out. I'll start turn, Jordan. Oops, he's over. Try again. Oh dear. Again? Oh boy. I can see this is going to be more difficult than I thought. After lunch, I'll show Jordan how to stay upright when the waves just want to tip you over. Look what Ashley and I found in the attic. Mum says they're called records. You know, like old-fashioned CDs. Look how big they are. We thought of a new use for these funny old things. We'll need a sharp pencil, Mum's cake decorating boards, and this woolen scarf. First I rub the record like crazy with the scarf. Lots of rubbing. Still rubbing. Don't nod off, Ashley. Get ready with those icing balls. Okay, pour a few onto the record. Look, they're dancing. It must be a rock and roll record. Let's dance. Oh, they've stopped. Don't worry. Watch this. They're dancing away from the pencil. It's the crazy icing ball boogie.
Rubbing the woolen scarf on the record charged it up with static electricity. The positively charged icing balls are attracted to the negatively charged record. Because the charge is uneven across the surface of the record, the balls keep moving to where the charge is strongest. The static charge becomes weaker when the pencil is brought near because it partially earths that part of the record, taking away its negative charge.
Now Ashley and I can't stop dancing. That static electricity has moved into us.
Those girls have got some nice dance moves. I wonder if Kimberly could dance on a surfboard.
I reckon she probably could. Let's head back to the beach and see what she's got planned for Jordan.
After this morning's wipeouts, Jordan's a bit nervous about hitting the waves again. So surf school is in. First, we're going to make a mini surfboard out of this foam. Cool! I should be a surfboard designer. Lesson 1 for shaky surfers. A surfboard never sinks. And because it's flat, it doesn't tip over. Unless you help it. Even when surfer Cheryl climbs on board, it stays upright. If she stays in the middle of the board.
Kimberly's right. The surfboard floats because the force of buoyancy holds it up. Another force, the force of gravity, pulls down on the board. But when a surfer stands on the board, the centre of gravity shifts upward. And the further the centres of buoyancy and gravity are away from each other, the more likely the board is to tip over.
Okay, that's enough surf school. Time to hit the waves. It's a hot afternoon and the boys have been playing soccer for hours. Their sweaty feet are going to really stink up the house when they come home. Stinky boy feet. Yuck. Unless I can do something about it. Better get working on my solution before they finish playing. I'm going to make a special odor-eating powder to sweeten their feet. I'll start with a big scoop of corn flour. That's the secret to stopping odours. Now I'll add some of this luster powder. It will give my mixture a nice shiny texture. Stir that in. Next, to really bring up the boys' feminine side, I'll add some pretty purple eyeshadow. And now my favourite, rose fragrance. A good mix, and then into this container. Those boys are going to smell beautiful. Oh, no you don't. Stop right there, you stinky soccer boys. Take off your shoes and socks, please. We got new rules about going to the house today. Phew! Those feet really pong. You each get a good sprinkling of my new odor-eating foot powder. There.
Okay, in you go. You can walk, you know.
Now that's a clever concoction. It works because the corn flour absorbs the moisture from the boy's sweaty feet. By ridding the skin of moisture, bacteria can't breed, and bacteria are what makes sweaty feet so smelly.
Thank goodness for my magic foot powder. It's kept you two boys smelling as sweet as a bunch of roses.
Ah, it's nice to know boys can smell sweet. Not Fraser though. He's too busy trying to freak people out.
Time to give my ghost costume a workout. Goody Two-Shoes Jade is in for the shock of her life. Woo! Oh, she thinks I'm a loser. Maybe my ghost outfit needs a little work. Aha! Creaky door, eh? That gives me an idea. Let's see. A balloon and a hexagonal-shaped nut. Into the neck of the balloon it goes. Now I'll blow it up. Yep, the nut fell through as soon as the neck got wider. Tie it off. Okay, if I hold the balloon like this and swirl it around... Cool! It makes a really creepy sound. It's the perfect accessory for a ghostly visit.
As the nut hits the elastic walls of Fraser's balloon, they begin to vibrate. And because the inside of the balloon is a continuous surface, the vibrations interact with each other. This interaction is called resonance and creates the eerie noise of the nut in the balloon.
Now to give Jade a real ghostly experience. Lights out and... Ah! Ha! Gotcha! Oops! Time for this ghostly apparition to disappear.
These two sworn enemies from the evil galaxy called Blarg have decided to put an end to years of fighting. With a water fight. But not just any old water fight. No, a glow-in-the-dark water fight. First, the weapons. 2 intergalactic water canisters with holes in their lids. Take yours, Voltar. Now poke a length of space hose through like this. Push about 10 centimeters through. Then fix it in place with some Pluto-plasticine. This'll stop the water spilling out through the hole. Next, attach a handheld laser to the bottom of the intergalactic water canister. Thanks, Voltar. You may be evil, but you sure are handy with the space tape. Good. Now your one. Time to fill them with that weird clear liquid from Earth, water. Fill them right up, then screw the lid on. That's a fully loaded glow-in-the-dark water weapon. I'll just finish mine. There. Now, evil Voltar, are you ready to fight for the universe? Switch on your laser. Prepare for battle. And remember, there can be only one winner.
Light rays can only travel in a dead straight line. When the taunt beam hits the wall of the tube, it bounces off and continues down the hose in a zigzag pattern. This is known as constant internal refraction. Because of the special light refracting properties of water, the bouncing is much greater when the hose is full of water. Each time the light rays hit the inside of the tube, a small amount is not refracted. It passes out through the walls of the hose, creating this spectacular glowing effect.
Okay, Voltar. I'm going to send you around the world at the speed of light. Oh!
It's just not a proper water fight till someone gets soaked.
Speaking of getting soaked, Kimberly and Jordan are about to hit the surf again.
Jordan's ready to become a surfboard. But first, quick revision. 2 B's of board riding. Buoyancy will keep you afloat. And when you stand up to catch a wave, all you have to do is balance. Keep your centre of gravity balanced in the middle of the board. Don't worry, Jordan, I'll look after you. Now for the moment of truth. Go, Jordan! Keep your board as flat as possible. Now try to stand up. Keep your body in the middle of the board. Oh dear. Wipe out.
Surfers avoid the dreaded wipeout by adjusting the position of their centres of gravity as those big waves jerk their boards around under them. If the board moves to the right, surfers lean that way to balance their weight over the centre line of the board. If the board suddenly lurches to the left, they quickly shift their weight the other way. That way, the centre of gravity stays directly above the centre of buoyancy.
Oh dear. I should have told Jordan there were really 3 B's to board riding. Buoyancy, balance, and plain bad luck.
Plenty of room for improvement there. But well done, Jordan, for having a go anyway.
Well, we have to go now too. See you next time.
Build a bird feeder for your fine feathered friends.
Why water seems warmer once you're used to it.
Follow your nose for a taste sensation.
And keeping cool using the power of evaporation.
But first, Giovanni and Michael have found a new use for this stuff.
Those two are a great team, a bit like Velcro.
Giovanni and I want to go at Dad's dartboard, but we're not allowed to play unless he's watching. He says pointy darts are too dangerous. But here's an idea. What about using Velcro to make a sticky target? We can't hurt anyone with a fuzzy dart. Let's get to work. Okay, we have a disc of cardboard and lots of this cool Velcro tape. Each half has an adhesive backing. We also need a ruler, scissors, a roll of string, and a ping pong ball. Let's get building.
Phew! It's hot sitting here in the sun. It's time for a swim. Oh, it's absolutely freezing. Well, there's only one way to get into a cold pool. Quickly! Feels much better now. But why? I'm gonna find out how my body adjusts to warm and cold. I have 3 bowls of water with 3 different temperatures. This one is very cold. The middle one is room temperature. And the far one is very warm. I'll get Patrick to put his hand in this bowl of icy water. And keep it there for 1 minute. Now with his eyes closed, I'll take his hand and plop it into the middle bowl. I bet that water feels warmer. Now I'll take his other hand and put it into my very warm water. Pretty warm, hey? I'll leave my brave volunteer for 1 minute. Now close your eyes and I'll put his hand into the middle bowl again. Does that feel cold? It feels cold after the warm water, but it felt warm after the cold water.
That's right, Kerry Ann. When you plunge a hand into cold water, tiny nerve receptors in the skin send lots of signals to the brain telling it about the change in temperature. But after a short while, the nerve receptors accept the new temperature as normal and send fewer signals to the brain. That's how your body adjusts to warm and cold, whether your hand's in a bowl or your body's in a freezing cold pool.
Let's see. One hand in the warm water. Hey! Now my poor hand really doesn't know if it's warm or cold.
The brain must be pretty clever to understand all those speedy signals. Michael's brain sure is. Look what it's invented.
Giovanni and I are building our own Velcro dartboard. Okay, first I'll divide the cardboard into 8 equal-sized segments. Like 8 pieces of pie. Now, using the harder, spiky side of Velcro tape, I mark the shape of the pieces I need to cut to make 4 rows of Velcro in each slice of pie. Now cut them to size, peel off the backing tape, and stick them into place. This is how it should look. Okay, we have 2 colours of Velcro, so let's do half the pie slices white and half black. There, very professional. Let's put a dot in the middle. Now colour it in. That's the bullseye. It'll see plenty of action with me playing. Now we just need to make a special Velcro missile.
I love bird watching, but my back gets sore watching them from down here. I'll have to coax my birdie friends down to ground level. And this crust of bread should do the trick. Come on, birds. Oh dear. The birds will never come down with these guys pinching their food. I think I need to get my food above ground level. Thought so. I know. I'll make a bird feeder. Here's all the stuff I'll need. First I'll mark holes here for the perch and about 4 small slits in the side. And I'll need 2 holes at the top. Now I'll get Mum to do the dangerous scissor work. Hurry up, I've got mouse to feed. Thank you. Now the perch goes in through these holes. The string goes through here. And it's even up so I can loop it. I'll fill the bottle up with gourmet birdseed. On goes the lid. And now it's time for a quick test. Yes, the seed pops out. Now I'll tie it up to this post. Great! Cafe de Wings is open for business.
Clever idea, Lara. The seeds are rough enough so that friction between them stops them spilling out of the holes. But when a bird sits on the perch and removes a few seeds, gravity forces seeds higher in the bottle down to take their place. Letting gravity do the work is called gravity feed, or in this case, a bird feed.
Now to wait for a feathered feeding frenzy. Uh-oh, not you guys again. Somehow I think my bird feeder's gonna stay unused while you guys are here.
What a great idea! It looks like everyone has food on the brain.
Yep, Zach's caught a whiff of something tasty too.
Olivia and I are getting in some last-minute soccer practice before tomorrow's big game. I recognise that smell. Definitely the fine flavour of barbecue, and it's coming from next door. Thought so. You don't even have to taste a barbecue to know exactly what sort of flavours you're going to get. Olivia doesn't seem to think so, though. I think it's time she found out that you can pick flavours without tasting them. I'll begin by putting on a blindfold. I'll just go and get all the stuff I need. Now, for this little taste test, I have 4 glasses, a lemon, a jug of water, some milk, and orange-flavoured soda. I'll fill the first glass with water, the second with milk, the third glass with the orange soda, and the last one, a little squeeze of lemon juice.
Now, will Olivia pick the flavours just from smell? Water first. Any flavour? No? Good, because it doesn't have any. Okay, let's try the milk. She seems to be able to taste it a little bit when she smells it. Now for the orange soda. Yep, she definitely can taste that. Now for the lemon. Yep, no mistaking that one.
The senses of smell and taste are very closely linked. In fact, passages deep inside your nose are interconnected with the back of your mouth. So every time you smell something, tiny airborne molecules reach your tongue and trigger your sense of taste. And every time you eat or drink something, you also trigger your sense of smell.
Wow! If that barbecue tastes as good as it smells, then it's time we paid a neighbourly visit. All we have to do is follow our noses.
It's always very hot where we live. So Mohammed and I are experts at keeping cool. The best way is to go for a swim in your clothes. Then swing like crazy on this undoli while you're still dripping wet. Air moving across your wet clothes really cools you down. I wonder why. Let's find out, Mohammed. Okay, today it's 34 degrees Celsius, 93 Fahrenheit. Inside the bag goes a thermometer. Zip it up. Now I'm going to swing it around like this. Let's see if the air whizzing past cools it down. No, it's still 34 degrees. Okay, time to try a wet thermometer. I've got a jug of water here. Let's check its temperature. Good, it's the same as the air temperature. Now, I'll soak this cotton ball in the water and wrap it around the thermometer. There, still the same temperature. Give it another good swing. This time, the air will be whizzing past the wet cotton. Now let's see what temperature we get. Oh, it's dropped 2 whole degrees. No wonder we're colder with wet shirts.
The temperature dropped because as drier air moved past, water evaporated from the cotton ball. This means the liquid water turned into a gas and floated away with the air. That process takes heat energy away from the thermometer, so the temperature drops.
Hey Mohammed, next experiment, take this. Just trying to keep you cool, buddy.
Isn't it nice to have good friends to look after you like that?
I'd be happy to do the same for you anytime, Dana.
Let's see how good friends Michael and Giovanni are getting on.
Our Velcro dartboard is ready for action. And this ping pong ball will make the perfect missile. All it needs is some fluffy Velcro spots. This is the opposite part of the Velcro to the target. 6 dots should do it. Now let's give it a try. Yay! Bullseye first time! What a legend!
Velcro is made up of hooks and loops. When the two sides are pressed together, the hooks catch the loops and form a bond. It works just as the hooks of a burr attach to the fur of an animal. The burr is actually a seed pod, and by hooking on, it hitches a ride so it can scatter its seeds. Velcro was actually invented by a man tired of pulling burrs out of his dog's fur. Yep, inspiration can come from some unlikely places.
Not bad. This is for the game. Yay! I win! Our Velcro dartboard is even better than the original.
This is one seriously sticky target.
But we can't stick around any longer. We've reached the end of the show. See you next time.